and welcome to the Walt Wines Happy Hour. My name is Jeff Zappelli, and I am the General Manager for Walt Wines. I am very excited today to have a returning guest for the first time ever on our Walt Wines Instagram show. It's Captain Lee. He's coming to us from in Florida, where we just spent some time before the show actually going over what happened last night. It was an incredible show, and for those of you who checked out Bravo's Below Deck and saw Captain Lee's return, this season has been incredible. So I can't wait to have Captain Lee joining us for a little chat about what's going on, and we'll get into some holiday stuff too. But wanted to just remind everyone, this is the deadline tomorrow for ground shipping, getting everything to your friends and family, your gift recipients by the holidays. So be sure to go online to waltwines.com to check out our gift sets, which ship for $1 if they're pre-selected, or buy 6 bottles and just have them shipped to yourself. That way you don't have to worry too much about any of the gift wrapping or any of the troubles of going to the store. You can just have us take care of everything and have it dropped right to your desk, or right to their address. So just wanted to say, again, today we got an incredible guest, Captain Lee. He's been get him going and see if you're out there, Captain. I think we have you coming in.
All right.
Hey, Captain. How are you?
How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Good to see you again.
Dude, it's so good to see you, man. So you are the second returning guest that we've had for Hall, Walt, or Baca. And the other person is Catherine O'Hara. So congratulations, you have made it. Thank you.
Thank you. So I am in rarefied air, and I am honored and flattered to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for being here. You're two of our favorite people. So I just can't thank you enough for spending some time. I know you've been busy with the show. Well,
yeah, this season has been. It's starting to heat up.
So I have the only thing I can do to help you is add a nice bottle of wine. And for the Stud of the Sea, we wanted to crown you the King of the Sea today. So this is our 2000, I think I can get it into the shot. This is our 2018 Rita's Crown. It's from Santa Barbara. So, a seafarer's haven. And I just thought I'd pass that down to you, if that's all right. I'm going to try to crown you.
Crown me. Okay. It's
yeah, there it is.
It's working. Well, it could have been a little smoother, but yeah.
I'll wear it for you. How's that? There you go.
You have talents.
Oh,
mad skills, Jeff.
Mad skills when it helps that the bottle's so big at the bottom. So,
yeah,
hey, cheers to you, Lee. Thanks so much. Great to see you again.
Thank you. See, I'm going to do a pour.
Yep.
I'm so looking forward to this.
Thank you.
I have been hanging on in eager anticipation.
I was going to ask you if you had a glass last night during the show. So cheers to you.
To you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. So we'll talk about the wine in a second, but I had to dive in.
Wow, that's good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, a little different. We went a little further south than we were last time you were on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in the Santa Barbara area. But last time we had you on, we asked you the question, will there be another Captain Lee on Below Deck? And you kind of sighed, maybe smiled. So how's the season been, and how are you hanging in there?
And did you watch last night?
I did.
Yeah,
I rewatched it today.
It was really intense, and because I get my episode. The network gives me an episode like a day before, because just so I can be prepped. Because everything after we get done filming goes into post production, and then they send it to network. Network makes their notes. They send it back, and they say we want to do this, we want to do that sort of thing. And then they ship it back. It goes back and forth a few times, and then we get the finished product, and it's in the can. So I don't get to see it until the day before everybody else sees it. And the only reason I get a little preferential treatment is because I do a blog on my website, And so I just need a little time to digest and maybe, pick my jaw up off the floor, because last night was a jaw dropper.
Wow.
I just I I lived through it, but I didn't know how it was going to come out.
Well,
And
that was
then when I
so.
watched it, it was like, seriously?
You were doing this. I was like this.
Oh, it was as painful the second time around as it was the first.
So
It
when was
truly
that
was.
shot? It was, I think you guys were filming pre-COVID, right? Right before kind
Yes.
of everything.
Well, yeah, kind of. Well, everybody else was like really getting enthralled with it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all encompassing.
Yeah.
We were kind of removed from it.
Mm-hmm.
We heard bits and pieces, but I mean, we're isolated.
Yeah.
We're out in the middle of the ocean, and the coconut telegraph doesn't work all that quick.
The coconut telegraph. I like that. But you were back on your, so last time we had you on, I asked you what your favorite ship was, what your favorite yacht, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the La Sienna, I think, is that the
My
right
Sienna.
My Sienna.
Yeah.
And so you got that ship to come back to the Med, or sorry,
Indeed.
to the Caribbean,
Yes.
and then you launched the show, and then 6, charters into it, things just fell off the wheel.
Yeah, I in fact, in my blog today, I sat there and I asked the chef, I said, who in the hell snuck into the galley and loosened up all the lug nuts? Because the wheels just came off.
Right.
And I was so unprepared for that. It was just like a normal preference sheet meeting.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just sitting there, we're going through it and going through it and going through it. And I'm kind of side-eyeing the chef, and it's like there's this, like, it's a simmer that is reaching, like Mount Vesuvius velocity.
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it happened, I'm going like, well, I thought at first she was just like, poking the bear.
Yeah.
Trying to get a reaction. And then I realized it, like, no, this is for real.
Yeah,
she's bolting, and it's over.
And you're now without a chef or a crew member, right? You were down 2 at that point.
Well, at the very beginning of the episode, I fired Shane.
Yeah.
And that was sad. I really didn't want to do that, but that's not Shane's bag at all.
So we wanted to play just a quick game about, now we wrote all of these questions before last night's episode, so take it for what it's worth. But
I'm so glad that you did it before last night's episode instead of after.
So the first one, so this is a game that we call Sip or Spill. And so your job is to either spill the answer of the question I ask, or sip, and then you and I will both sip through that. So I'll start with a healthy sip, just because I'm going to need it to get through these questions.
I think I'll do the same.
Thank you. And again, this is our 2018 Rita's Crown Pinot Noir from the Santa Barbara County in Santa Rita Hills.
It's so delightful.
It's actually one of our winemakers' favorite vineyards. It's just a stupid awesome wine. All right. First question, sip or spill. How did you not fire Shane after you found out he was sleeping in his deck or in his bed?
I'm going to spill on that. Eddie didn't tell me. Eddie covered for him. Had I known, Shane would have been in for a really, really rude awakening. Very similar to the way I used to wake my kids up when they would be like sleeping in and late for school.
Yeah.
That little ice water routine.
I've done the pull the pillow out of their head. That's my go-to.
That's a good one too. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, Shane, whew, man.
I mean, he's taking a nap in the middle of the day. This is like 2:00 in the afternoon, and it's like everybody else is working. And
yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not feeling well, maybe, but
if you're sick, that's one thing. But
yeah.
Oh, this is just too difficult. I need a safe space.
Yeah, the fruit's all coming in. We're getting ready to harvest it. It's going into the tank, and the winemaker just says, "You know what? I'm gonna go take a nap in the office. It's been a long day. It's been a long time."
Yeah. Don't you think
All
it's
right.
a little warm out here?
Yeah. Beautiful outside. All right. So you took a couple years off Bravo. Were you rusty? And what was the biggest difference after you between season 7 and season 8?
You broke up just a little bit, Jeff.
Oh, sorry about that. Is that better? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you took a couple years off Bravo, and were you rusty at all? And what's the biggest difference between finishing season 7 and getting started with season 8, just from a production standpoint?
You know, it really, our production crew is really, really good. And I've worked with 90% of them throughout a lot of years. And these guys are just so professional. They're the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my life. I swear to God they are. And I remember the very first day that I went on board for season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I recall backing the boat in, and I see this group of people that look like total misfits. Just, I mean, tattoos, piercings, afros. And I'm going like, I'm never going to get a job in this industry ever again. My career's over.
Right.
And they converged on the boat. And by the time that day had ended, which for them was like at midnight that night,
right,
they were the hardest working, most diverse and dedicated group of individuals I'd ever been exposed to. And I was just truly, truly impressed. And that's carried through to this day. So they're just really a solid group of pros.
Yeah, we can't build a great bottle of wine without our production staff. So
absolutely.
And they are heroes after this year, dealing with pandemic and fire.
They're the people that do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, they make us look really good. Which so cheers to the production staffs of
God
Bravo
bless
TV and all WALT and Baca wines. Yeah, for sure. It all happens there. Absolutely. So how's it going with Eddie? He's your bosun back from season 1 and 2.
Actually, Eddie was on 1, 2, and 3.
And 3, that's right.
And then this is his 4th season. And he doesn't age. He still looks like that Cape Cod individual, from the Hamptons. I mean, he should be like, hi,
how old is Eddie?
Hi, I'm Biff, and this is my sister Buffy. Yeah. And we're just out here for the weekend.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And he's 40.
Oh, really? All right. Well, you spilled it. Thank you. I got that.
And he is, he's matured a lot over the last, well, it's been 5 years since we worked together.
Yeah.
He was on 1, 2, and 3, and then he took a hiatus because season 3 was rough on him.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like his redemption year, and he's nailing it. He really is. And it was good to see him back. I've always enjoyed his company. We get on well together.
Nice. And by the way, I think we have your Chief Stew, Francesca, is here on the comments. I was just scanning through. I think she's here. I don't know what her Instagram account is, but
I don't either.
Hi, Francesca, if you're here.
Maybe she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's doing a great job, I think. So far.
She came in a tough spot.
Yeah, for sure. She had to really take over and get things righted,
and it wasn't easy for her, and she just I think she did an outstanding job.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think they've got a good captain, so all they got to do is follow the rules and work hard and play hard. And I think that's what's great about your Twitter account. I've been following your Twitter feed as you've been watching the show, and some people have been like, are you mad at them for partying as hard as they did? And you were like, work hard, play hard.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
In the same breath, don't abuse it. I mean, we have 2 rules. Don't embarrass yourself and don't embarrass the boat.
Yeah.
Adhere to both of those, and you and I aren't going to have any issues as long as you do your job.
Absolutely. That's how we like to do it too. Make great wine and then go home and enjoy it. That's what our goal is. So
I think I
drink.
want to try that. I want to try making wine. Is it
I
too
told
late for
you,
me, Jeff?
no, well, this year. Yeah, you have to wait till next year. It's the funny thing about wine is, if I have a long career in wine, I'm 16 years in. If I have a long career in wine, I might make 35 vintages, and that's it. 35 shots at, making a great wine. So we only do it annually. It's
Wow.
not like we can't just spin up a new episode or remanufacture a vintage. That's how it goes. But we'll be ready for you in about 4 months if you want to come out. We'll put you through it. I can guarantee you it'll be a lot of work.
Do not be surprised if I don't take you up on that.
Right on, man.
Can we work?
You won't have to.
Can we term
gym.
that a working vacay?
We do these things called harvest experiences when we're not in a shelter-in-place mode, where actually we bring our wine club members out and they pick fruit, put it in the tank, and try to make wine. And the reason I say try is because there's some things like yachting, piloting a large boat, making wine that you should leave to the professionals. But
Absolutely. Do
we'd love
to try this at home.
So wanted to just dish about the wine really fast, and then I have a couple more questions for you.
Absolutely. Anything.
So last time we had you on, we had you drinking the La Brisa and our Sierra Mar, which is from the Monterey area. You and I talked a little bit about golf. This time,
Stuff.
We're a little further south. So we're in the Santa Rita Hills. So if you're familiar with Point Conception, where everything in California kind of veers back towards the east.
That is one of the worst stretches of water offshore that you will ever cross is Point Conception.
All right, I'm going to stop. Why is that? Because that's where I went to school in Santa Barbara.
I've done several deliveries out there from like Mexico and Central America and coming through the Panama Canal all the way up to Alaska. And it's like, okay, we let everybody know, get your rest because Point Conception's coming.
Really?
And when it's coming, it's bringing hell with it.
What is it?
It is just ugly. It's just rough. You have these huge rollers, 12, 14, 16 feet rollers. And then on top of that, you'll get another 5-6 feet of chop. So now you're at 21, 22 feet. And it's sloppy of sea. And it's just sloppy and it's nasty. The only saving grace is that you might have 14 seconds in between waves or 20 seconds in between waves. That's the only redemption that you get whatsoever. But until you get around there and past it, it's just like everybody
I had no idea.
Nobody's down in their bunks. Everybody's up in like the main salon, and they're as far back in the boat as they can because that's where the best ride is. Yeah, and they're suffering. And I'm up in the wheelhouse going, can I get a plate of lasagna and a glass of wine, please?
Right. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I know that there's an awesome surf break out there, but I had no idea. Well, just inland is like God's country for Pinot Noir because it's that area where California shifted. So we have nothing but seabed soils. It's really light. It's all diatomaceous earth, which is the sediment that's at the bottom of the ocean.
Wow.
And so you get this nice brininess in the wine because of that. You get this salinity. And in addition, it's a really warm region with not a lot of water. So you get a ton of concentration, a big amount of flavor.
We have all the water offshore.
Yes, you do. It's all coming up on boat or on your yacht at the time.
I did not know that. That's interesting, Jeff. It really is.
Yeah. Well,
I knew Point Conception had to have some redeeming value, and I'm so glad it's good wine.
It's watching rockets launch from this vineyard and this wine. Those are pretty much the two, because you can see the Air Force Base from there. So cheers to you, man. Well, I guess I'm going to put that down as not your favorite wine region to yacht in, because one of the questions we were going to ask you was, what's your favorite wine region to yacht in? But I'm
not for yachting.
Not that.
No.
Not yachting.
No. Drinking wine, maybe. Yachting, no.
No. Yes. Well,
So we'll go there, not on a
Okay.
boat, and then we'll drive up to Monterey, we'll golf, and then eventually we'll make you a winemaker. How's that sound?
Absolutely. I'm all in on all of that.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I didn't have a ton of other questions. We had a couple from from people who are looking
I did
in.
see Francesca. She just popped in there for a second.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, it comes in
Oh,
really quick.
I'd love you to ask a question, Francesca, if you're out there.
Okay. I don't think Eddie, and I lost it. It didn't. I don't think Eddie is here.
Oh, bummer.
I don't know
Hi,
where
Eddie.
I don't know where here is. Well, okay.
So I guess the most common question that we've got is at what point does a guest, and so this is from Drinking Islands, at what point does a guest go from being appropriately demanding to a total pain in the ass? Any specific requests are basically totally out of bounds. Is there a moment when that happens?
We try never to say no. We do our utmost. But there are certain points where you reach where there's just like, it's physically impossible. You know, like all the jets are grounded. I don't care how much money you have. We can't get a jet off the ground to go get what you want.
Right.
It's unavailable. And then you have to, and billionaires, I don't know, they don't think right. They really don't, because they're just like, no is a word that they're not used to hearing. They're not accustomed to it. And it's very foreign to them. And they always think that, yes, you can get it done if I throw enough money at it.
Right.
Well, that's not always the case. There are certain things that are just totally impossible. And then it's my job to deliver that word no to them.
Right.
And I'm going like, pal, suck it up.
Yeah, it's impossible when you're not even on land or anywhere near a normal store or purveyor of things.
Oh, there's nothing. You can't combine normal and billionaires in the same breath. No.
I'll give you that.
That's not going to work.
I've had some interesting questions where at the winery and it's like 9:30 at night and we're hosting a wine dinner, back when we do these things. And they'll say, I really just wish I could get, some sort of coffee or something that we absolutely don't have. And they said, could you go get that for me? And I'm like, we're in a cave about 70 feet inside of the space, and nothing's open, so I can't actually do that. But I can pour you a whole lot more wine. So we basically, just fill the glass. And
that was one of Kate's go-to moments when she was on board, was like, okay, if we can't fulfill whatever it is they're demanding, well, let's get them another drink. Let's pour more wine.
You're stuck with them, right? It's not like they're going to leave. They're on the ship. So
yeah, I mean, there's only been one person I know so far that can walk on water, and they ain't it.
This is true. Hey, so I just had one last sip or spill question, and it's your call if you can answer it.
All
so
right.
Last time you knew that there was a season 8. Is there any other information you would like to spill about what might be happening later on in the episodes? And I'm recommending.
In the episodes, there are going to be some unique twists that people are going to be like totally unprepared for, like I was.
Oh my God.
Like I was last night.
Yeah.
And that may be happening as early as next week. I mean, because people know how I feel about insubordination. And people not, stepping up to the plate and doing the right thing. And that generally will get you a one-way ticket out fairly quick.
Yeah, that's
and
usually
some people that you think may make it to the season. I guess we'll have to see.
Well, there you've had it. You've heard it. Everyone who's tuned in, we have a huge, by the way, your following is huge because we have a ton of people on this Instagram Live, and I wanted to thank all of them, including your staff and your crew. And I wanted to thank you, Captain Lee, for coming on today. And So last time we were going to play golf. Now we're going to teach you how to make wine. And you are
And
the
we'll get
second
around to
person.
golf, man.
And we'll get around to golf. Hey, I thank you so much, and good luck with this season. And if there's anything else you want to say before we wrap, the floor is yours.
Jeff, all I can say is thank you so much for having me back again. I'm truly honored and flattered, and I enjoy it.
Well, here's to you, Captain Lee. Thank you, everyone. Captain Lee from Below Deck.
Salute.
If you like the wines that you saw tonight, they're available at waltwines.com. Check us out. Tomorrow's the last day to get your wines before Christmas. Captain Lee, always a fan, man. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jeff. My pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.